Okay, for number 3 on the exam, it says solve for x. Basically, what you have to do is, this is an absolute value, so remember we're going to have to solve it twice, once with a positive, once with a negative. But before we do that, we got to get down to that region right there. So we need to move the 2 over. We got to move the 2 over. We got to divide by negative 1/2, or flip it and multiply by negative 2. And then we can do it twice. So here we go. First things first, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So we've got negative 1/2 times the absolute value of 2x plus 6 equals negative 2. Alright, and then remember, to get rid of a fraction, you flip it and you multiply. So I'm going to multiply by negative 2. So in this case, we have the absolute value of 2x plus 6 equals positive 4. There's two things about this. First of all, remember, an absolute value can never equal a negative number. Absolute value, by definition, is always positive. Second of all, now that we've got down to there's nothing outside of this, nothing out back, nothing out front, now we can split it into 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this twice. Once with a positive 4 and once with a negative 4. Okay, so here we go. We got 2x plus 6 equals 4, which will solve that one. And then again we got 2x plus 6, but this time it'll equal negative 4. And we'll solve both of those. So real quick, subtract the 6 over, so we got 2x equals negative 2. Divide by 2, so we got x equals negative 1. There is one of our two answers. The other one we solved the same way. Move the 6 over, so subtract the 6. So 2x equals negative 10. Divide by 2, so x equals negative 5. That is your second answer. Okay. The biggest key with this, the biggest problems that I've seen students have, is they'll start right here from the very beginning, splitting into 2. That's the first big issue that I have. You've got to get rid of these things on the outside. The second big issue that I see students do is when they split it into 2 sections, they'll do it once as it is, but then on the other one, they'll change the sign on everything. They'll like make this a negative 2x and a negative 6. Do not do that. Only change that number right there, once with a positive and once with a negative.